Let us start. So we are in the middle of we are learning about JavaScript methods, right? I think you are good with that. So these are the main array methods: slice, splice, and a minimum, maximum, sorting. Okay, and before the class, I am going to explain that yesterday. Before end of that, two-string method I am explaining, right? So what is that two-string method? Like if you want to convert an array to the string, like converting an array to a string. So let us open that file first, my first JS. Open with Chrome. Let us see. Suppose I have an array, like variable array equal to hi, 1, hello. So I want to convert that array to a string. So array dot toString method we should use. Okay, now you can see this array is no more an array, it is converted to a string. So like that you can create a variable like that, my string array dot to string. So like this, now you can refer the my string. My str already it was there, right? Okay, array dot to string. So like this we can create a string from the array. And we already learned about the join, pushing, popping, and shift, unshift. So you have to remember, so to add the elements at the end of the array, then push. Okay, and if you want to remove the elements at the end of the array, pull. If you add the elements or remove the elements from the beginning of the array, then shift and unshift. Okay, and we learn about splice. So splice is to add and remove the elements at the given index, and max is to find the biggest element in the array, and min is used to find the minimum number in the array. And sorting, so sorting, if you are going with the single digit, then the sort will work without that a minus b I shown you, right? But if you are 2-digit numbers, 3-digit numbers, if you have a sorting, that time you have to use that function a minus b, an ascending order or descending order. So how we can convert an array also, object also, we can sort it out and we can convert that into string as well. So these are the main methods in arrays. Okay, and next we will learn about what else we missed in arrays. Yeah, that's it. So now we learn about okay, I missed this actually. So array const, so when I am explaining the constant, right, I said that if you are defining any variable, right, we can't reassign, we can't redeclare, but I said that it can be possible. If it is like array or object, we can change the properties, but complete reassignment can be not possible, like that I told you, right? So I'll take the one array constant array equal to, I'm creating one array like 1 2 a 2 3. So you are giving a letter, then give the single quotes here. Okay, like this as already declared. So we'll take any other thing, 7, array 7. If it is already there, the same variable with the constant, it won't take. Now you can see what is the array 7 here, this one. So it is defined as constant, and if you have to ask, you're changing the value to something else, right, it won't accept. See, assignment to the constant variable, it's a type error. So but I want to change some values at least, so that time with, instead of reassignment to that variable, you should use like this, array of 7. So array 7 is a variable name, right? I want to change this a to the 1. So what is the a index? 0th index. 0th index equal to What is the value I want to update? 1. Now it is accepting, like we can change the properties or methods, but complete reassignment it is not accepted. So that is the way the arrays and constant variables can be. Arrays are objects and arrays, even though these are declared as a constant, we can change the properties or methods, but complete reassignment it won't accept. Okay, that is one point I want to tell you. And arrays iteration I already told you, right? Array iteration like a for loop. So we have several ways to iterate the array as well. So let us create a array. We already have an array, I think. No. So we will create an array. So what are the ways to iterate an array? So already I showed you for loop. Okay. In the inspect element only I showed you it. So let us create a number array. And we'll create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 something. Now I want to iterate. Okay, you can use a for each loop or else for loop as well. Let us create a for each loop. So what is a for each loop method? So for each method actually it will for each. So to iterate an array we will be using this method. So it is like a callback function. It is a callback function to iterate once for each array element. So it will, we can say that this calls the function. This will calls a function once for each element, each array element. It will calls a function once for each array element. So we will see what are the arguments it will take. So basically it takes the 3 arguments. So one is value, okay, one is value, and another is index, value, index, and that array itself, whatever array we are passing, right? So these 3 arguments it will take. So let us see how we have to use this. So now we have an array. Now I want to iterate each and every element. I want to append it to the UI. That's it. So if you are using this, if it is there and if you are using the number only into that object appending, it won't. Okay, we need to repeat it for each and every element. That's why we need this for loop, for each, or map, these methods. So now we'll create an empty object. Let output equal to something. We'll create an empty string here. Okay, and I have to create a callback function. So number is a array, or else you can take the naming convention for better understanding. Number array, or it can be string also, no problem, we can take anything. Number array dot, for each and every time I need to reiterate, right? For each I need to pass a function that we need to implement it. First we will implement it. Okay, function and iterate array. This is a function, it will accept the 3 parameters. What are they? Value, I already told you, value, index, and that array itself, whatever the array we have created, no, that array. So now we have created, now we have created the output, right? We need to append it, output. So output equal to plus equal to, so we need to add it to the 1 next to next 3, right? So that's and the value we need to pass. Okay, so basically it will calls for each and every element. And okay, if you want a break, you can apply the break also. Okay, now we have created. Okay, now we have to use this method to iterate for each, and here we need to call this method. Okay, and this array, for each element we are calling this method, and this method accepts the three parameters: value, index, and array. So value is whatever the value inside the array for each. Index is started with the 0, and the 0 index, what is the element we have? 1. Okay, here the 1 and the 0 index was 0, and array itself we are passing it. So here array is nothing but this number array. This number array will pass, and we have created empty text, and for each and every time we are adding it to the already existing. So once we add it, then the next element will be going to iterate, and that element will be added, and next third element, and it is going to iterate, and third element will be added. So like this. Now we are ready with this. Now we have to append that. Okay, for that I am creating another span. So let's say array iteration, and close the h1, and span. Here I'm creating array for each method, for each container or something you can give. Now I'm taking document.getElement by id. So here you can write document dot get element by id of. So this one we have copied, by id dot inner html. Inner html equal to whatever it is. This is the text. Here only we are adding the output value. So here you can give here. So now we are ready with this. Now we can run this. Remove the breakpoints if you don't need. Now you can see whatever our array elements, those are repeated. Okay, so this is the one method to iterate each and every element, and we have another method also, that is called map method. So what is meant by map method? Map. So map means you can understand with this keyword itself. So map means it will create a new array by iterating each and every element in the existing array. So if you want an array like this, like 1, 2, 3, and I want to iterate each and every element, and I want into 2 or plus 2 or something. So that time we can go with this map method. So basically it creates the new array by performing some action for each and every element. If you want into 2 plus 2 or by divided by 2, everything. So and this map method creates a new array, and it does not change the original array. So let us see the example. Okay, so the easy writing also I will see once. JavaScript map method. So this map method we can make use of this for arrays or objects. So let us create an array, and we will see. So this is my array, right? Now I want to do into 2 plus 2 or something. So this is the array. Now I want to use the map method. So you can do it in different ways. One of the way I will tell you, you can go with the arrow functions or normal functions itself. So let us create a variable. Let our modified array, means I want to do into 2 or into 3. So what is the array name here? Number array. So I want to create a new array by manipulating each and every element in that array. So you can create an array, and you have to use the map method here, map, and inside that it is a function. Okay, function keyword you should give, and inside that element we should pass. The element means what? For each and every element in that array. Here you can pass element, and you can give any name, ax something you can. Okay, And now open the brace, close the brace, and we already opened this open parenthesis here, right? So close the parenthesis and give the semicolon here. Now we have to return element into, I want to into 2. I want to do into 2. Now let us console.log this modified array, and array name, what is the array name? Modified array. Here you can use, save it, and you can see modified array is what. Now you can see the original array is, what is the original array? 1 2 3 5 1 2 3 5 6 7. Now what is our converted array? 2 4. Into 2 we are using it, doing it. So this is one of the way to iterate each and every element in that array and to create the new array. Okay, and we have other methods also. Suppose I want to have some elements which are greater than 4. So that time, suppose I have this element and I want to, or else I'll create a new array. Here only I'll create a new array. So here I am creating new, and I'm giving the ages 10, 20, 30, 50, 61, 70. Now this is the array, and I want to get the array elements which are greater than 18. So which are like majors, who are a major age limit, so that so those members I need. So for that you can use like this. The same here only, copy it, how we are creating the map function, the same way only the filter also we should use. So here we are giving the filtered array, and here we need to pass which array I want to apply this filter. I've created a new array for this, right? Give the new array here, and you need to use the, instead of map you should use the filter method, filter, and on what condition, which are greater than 18. So here you need to give the condition greater than 18. Okay, now console log it. Console.log filtered array is, and this one. Okay, save it. Now we will check. See, who are greater than 18, that numbers only came. So this is the way to filter out the array. Simple way, just to use the filter method here. If you want to iterate, just map. If you want to filter, filter. If you want for each, then for each. Simple way only. Just follow the syntaxes. Okay, and after this filter we have the reduce method. Okay, so what is meant by reduce method? So in the name itself we have the meaning. So which reduces means, if you have an array and if you want a sum of the all the elements, so that time you can go with the reduce method. It will always returns the only single value. Okay, so we will learn about how to use that. So we can write here, we already learned about the filter, to filter out the array, and the next is the reduce method to return in only single value from the given array. To reduce that array we can make use of it. Suppose I want a sum of the values. So if you want a sum of the array, right, what we have to do, we have to follow the syntax. If the reduce is not there, what we have to do, we have to create a function like this, sum, and we should pass the array, and inside that we can say we have to take some variable, let sum equal to 0, and we need another for loop, like we need to use this let I equal to 0, I less than or equal to array dot length I plus plus, and next we have to do sum equal to sum plus that array of I. Okay, so like this, and returning, next return this sum. So this is the way we have to sum the array if we don't have the reduce method. So we can reduce this number of lines to a single line. So actually we can make use of the fat arrow syntax, or else we can go with the normal function as well. So first I'll make you learn about this first reduce method, like how to use that, okay, in simple way. Next, with the arrow function way, how we can write, we will learn about it. So we have created the array, right? Now I have to get the sum of it. So I'll create a function which is a find the total, find sum of total. So I'm passing the two parameters, total and sum, and here I'm returning total. This both I want to do like 1 plus 2 3, next 3 plus 4 7, like that. If you want math plus number, or if it is containing the dot digit decimal also, you can floor that. So you can use math.floor, or else we can go with the number. If you are doubt, like if you are getting the number like this, no, 10.2, so that time it will be difficult. We'll be taking only the first two digits only. That time we can make use of the floor. We learn about more methods of numbers. So as of now I'm giving the number only. Now I've created the function. Now I have to use it. So I've created one variable to get the sum. So first I'll create a sum. Actually with the arrow function it is very easy. The sum method, array sum, using the reduce, this method array sum. So copy this, and I'm creating document dot get element by id of array sum dot inner HTML equal to, here we need to call that method, reduce method. So for which array I'm applying, this array I'm applying, I want to apply number array, I want to apply. Okay, number array dot reduce. Now reduce is a method, okay, and we need to call this comma 0. So like this we should call. So basically reduces will take the different parameters. Actually this reduce method, it executes the reducer function for each element, and it returns a single value. So the function accumulated result, single value, whatever it is returning, and does not execute the function for empty arrays. It won't work for the empty arrays. It will work only for the elements. If the array length is greater than 0, that time only it will work. Okay, and it does not change the original value as well. So basically what are the values it will take, the syntax will, how it will be, you will check here. So reduce method, so here it will accept the different parameters. So you can make use of like this, which for which array you want to apply this reduce method, for that array dot reduce. Okay, and here it is a function. So how we are using the map filter, same like this only function. And here inside this you need to pass the parameters like total value, what is the current value, and current index, comma array. And if you want an initial value, you can have this initial value, or else it can be optional. So we gave 0 right here after that function call, that is the initial value. If you want, you can add It is an optional actually. Okay, and what are the optional values and what are the required values, we'll see. So this total is required. Okay, so the initial value or the previous return value of the function, this total is. So here you can see this is the total we are passing, right? So it should be there, it is required. And the current value, this is the current value, this is also required. So the value of the, okay, current value is the value of the current element. So we are iterating each and every element, right? So that value, current value. And we have the current index. So this is optional, you can send or not send. So the index of the current element also you want to send. If you want to do something, then we can send. And array is optional because we are already calling the array dot reduce, right? We don't need to call. If you want, you can have. So these two are optional and these two are required, current value and total. Okay, let us see how it comes. So this reduce is a new ES6 ES5, sorry, ES5 feature. So in JavaScript also, every time the versions are increasing, every time this new features are adding. So this is one of the feature added. Let us see how it is working. You understand, right? So for each and every element, we need to call the reduce method, and total, that whatever the function we are calling, it must be there. And whatever the initial value, if you want to send some initial value of 0 or something, then you can send the initial value. And this method we are implementing it, find sum, and we are passing the total and sum, and total and number, sorry, it's a number, it's not sum. Okay, let us see how it is coming. Now you can see array sum using the reduce method 24. So what is the array? We have used number array. So where is the number array here? So here, so 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 will be a 24. So if you want to finish it in a single line, then we can achieve with this. Okay, this is the use of the reduce. So reduce method always returns the single value. Okay, and it has a like operators like current value, total, current index, and initial value. So it will work only for non-empty item arrays elements, and it does not change the original array. So we have making a sum of it, right? Now we will see is any change in the original array. So what is the original array name? This number array. So it was like that only, it does not change. So you can understand like original array method, original array should not be changed this with the find method, sorry, reduce. Okay, and we'll learn about like these are the three methods, very important methods which I explained you. This map, filter, reduce. So these are the very important features of ES5 you have to learn. And we will learn about like how to create an object in different ways. How to create an object in different ways. What are the ways we have to create an object? We already learned about some of that, right? Like if you want to create any function, like you can use like a variable object equal to open curly brace, close curly brace, and you can give the key name and key value. Okay, like this, last name and last name value. And if you have a function, you can create a function and you can call with the object dot function, right? So that is the way, one of the way to create. And another ways, give one moment. Yeah, sorry. So if you have to create an object, then we can create with a different ways. So this is one way, and another one way is using the constructor pattern. There are four ways actually. Okay, so one is the using the object literal. This is important. Using the object literal, you can create object literal, and another way is creating the object with a new keyword, and another way is defining the object constructor, then creating the objects of the constructor type. This is called constructor pattern. Okay, and last one is the object.create method. So these are the four ways to create any object. So the easiest ways to create an object is using this object literal way. So using this object literal, you can both define and create object in one statement itself, and it is contains the names and value pairs. Okay, so let us create a literal way object. So what we have learned earlier is it is called object literal pattern. Okay, that is, and if you want to create you can create in different way also, like in this way you can create, or else you can create an empty variable person equal to, you can create an empty object, and after that you can add the properties like this, like parent dot first person dot first name equal to some Mary, and I want to create any other element, person dot last name equal to something Roy. Now you can console log this person object. Now you can see these two elements were added. So this is also one way. This is called object literal way. Okay, object literal way. And using the new keyword, how we have to create, we will see. So you can create an object using this as well. Like we can create one employee equal to, it is a new object. Okay, now I want to add a method, add a properties to that. Then employee dot first name equal to Runa, and employee dot last name equal to Joshi, something like that, age something also you can see. Now we can see how it is coming, employee. So here you can give employee, so whatever the creator, right? So that is, so we can create an object with the new keyword as well, but there is no need to use new object, because with the execution speed and use of the object literal method, so the performance will be may decrease. Okay, don't use a new keyword until you need it, just to go with creating a object in a literal way. Okay, and I learned about like creating an array, and if it is like constant, then we can change the properties of the constant even though it is a constant. The type is the same way, object also you can change. So we can create one object here, constant object equal to, I'm creating two values, first name something Rona, and it should be in double quotes Rona, and last name something I'm giving. Now it is an object is already been declared, means already we created a variable with this name, objects. Okay, yes, I'm giving. Now we have created, and console log it. Now you can see. Now try to reassign the value, the constant, it won't accept, giving some 9. So what it is say, assignment to the constant variable, it won't accept, it throws the type error, uncaught type error. But even though I want to change the properties or methods, so how we have to do? Using this properties way. Object dot I want to change the L name ln to Roy. Okay, instead of shim, want to change it. So it was changed. Now you can see updated object. So like this, even though it is a constant, we can change the properties or methods, but we can't reassign it directly. Okay, that is one way. And next one is constructor pattern. So constructor pattern, like like what is a constructor? So in any other languages, if you have to create a constructor, the first letter of the function should be in caps lock. We'll see that how to create a function using the constructor pattern. So it should be a function. Okay, constructor means it should be a function, and I'm creating employee. I'm passing the first name, last name, age, and job. I'm passing it, and I'm create. As it is a function, we need a open curly brace and close curly brace, and you need to give this dot first name equal to something Rona. Okay, and this dot last name equal to Roy something. And give the semicolon here. See the difference between the normal object and see how we are creating a normal object in this way. In the constructor pattern, it is completely different. You need to create a function, and that in that function, the first letter of the function name should be capital. Okay, and you need to pass a parameters, and then you need to. So if I have to create an instance for that, right? If the meeting ends, we will continue tomorrow. Okay, constant, and my instance equal to new employee of Rona Joshi, and what is the age? 20, and job teacher. Now you can save it and you can run it. Now what is that name? My instance, right? You can console log here. Now you can see the this object is created dynamically.